Is it actually streaming at 7 p.m. right now? Oh, I forgot. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. I'm just running a little behind. For some reason, this was telling me that the stream was starting at 7 p.m. I forget that when you're using an API key to do streams, instead of signing in through OBS, it behaves differently. So, if I go back here, hopefully the stream is up now. Yep, live. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Alright, so what's going on here is we're going to work on this website here. And one thing I'm going to do real quick, actually, is I'm going to switch to camera because I don't need you to see my credentials. There we go. And sign in. Oh, what's going on here? Why is this? Uh-oh. Oh no. I forgot my password. Oh, part of my language. Alright, well I guess I'll change this real quick here. And then, I think it's... I haven't used this web... So, I've changed everything. Oh no. Oh no! Okay, how about this one? Oh no, okay, we'll go back here. Well dang, I guess maybe we just won't work on that then. Yeah. I am not a machine. Okay, it is that email. There we go. Awesome. So I will check that as well. Don't be like me. Remember your passwords. Oh. So it's gotta be... Oh my gosh. Alright. What's going on here? Guys, I probably remember like 8,000 passwords. I can't remember this password or the password that I have on LastPass. Okay. Alright, so I guess we're not using that because LastPass decided no. And if I do it too much here, it's going to boot me out as well. You know what? I'm going to get rid of LastPass because as much as I love what it does, I usually just keep stuff in a booklet. But unfortunately I'm not here, so I can't. I mean, I'm not home, so I can't use it. That's frustrating. Maybe I'll... Oh, maybe that's what I should do. No. There we go. Oh my gosh. How did I give myself a password that I don't freaking remember? There's no account with that username. Okay. Wow. What's that? I really gotta delete all this. Wow. Wait, is that Gravity Forms right there? Okay. Anyways, back here. Wordpress. I can't believe I messed this up. There we go. Okay. Can we log in now? Can we log into this thing? There we go. There, okay. Bro, why are you not asking me to remember that password? Oh well. Alright, so now that we're finally in here, I'm disappointed in myself. We can do some stuff on the website. Here we go, but first we have to update it. There we go. Maybe later. Awesome. Well, that's done. Looks like we have 5 more updates. Themes. Alright. Themes are updated. So now we'll just go check out the website. Alright, here's where we're at. Alright, nobody's watching now. Alright. So, this website. Essentially, so this used to be my business where I was doing business design development strategy out of it for 12 years. And then in 2020, when I decided to close it, I just deleted everything. And just recently, I reinstalled WordPress onto this domain, and then I decided. So my main business right now is Arrogant Industries, which you guys have seen if you were following from the previous channel. And this was the business before it, but it wasn't branded like this, obviously. I haven't decided really a color theme for this. Originally, it was black dominant with gold. It was retro. It wasn't retro, wasn't the right word. It was Art Deco. So I guess retro nowadays. One of the things I'm doing differently here as well, if I bring a brand. So this website uses a different page builder. Now one of the things, I originally learned how to build websites by hand coding. And I can still probably do that. You know, I use Dreampress. I like using either Dreamweaver or Notepad++, or you could use Microsoft Publisher, but I haven't used that in a decade. I just wasn't, I just didn't enjoy it as much. If I'm paying for the Adobe suite as much, I might as well use it. And I am paying for a publisher, but it's only $15 versus $70 for the Adobe suite. Because I got everything that I know how to use a lot, but I don't know how to use it. Anyways, and I probably shouldn't have just showed that email. Probably shouldn't have showed that one either. Get rid of that there. Yeah, there. Anyway, so the back ends look a little bit different. Actually, what I'll do is I will actually switch it. So let me go back to there. And we'll bring up add them on arrogant. Probably needs updates too. And it's interesting. So yeah, this is one of the. Oh, let me. I gotta log in. Okay. Probably make this a little bit smaller. Now, so here's the area industries one. We have a lot of stuff going on here. Take this real quick, because I know I need to do it. Getting blown up. All right. Update that, and then I can show you how the building blocks work. Yeah, the differences between these. So this originally came out, and it was called Gutenberg. It came out probably maybe 3 years ago now, 4 years ago, right around there. I remember when it was beta, and I messed around with it a little bit, but it was pretty limited back then, and then it's grown quite a bit, and now it's, I really like it a lot. There are certain things that I don't like about it, and I will definitely point that out when we go over this in just a second. So anyways, my plan here, actually what I could do, well, I will be able to look at this website. It's going to say it's a maintenance. Voice and media is now going to become a media platform. My goal is to compete with the likes of YouTube in the sense of delivering content and all that stuff. But one of the differences that I want to do is there's a sincere problem with the online media industry anyways, and I want to change that. So as you can kind of see here, this is the Arrogant Industries page. This is what you're watching this stream on right now. And the goal is to host everything on here, on a WordPress website. The goal, it's actually not for your videos. Let's do it this way, actually. Photoshop, new file, sure. Okay, so it's a rectangle tool. Start with black. I'm not going to do any stroke. It updated and it looks different. Anyways, alright. So, as things exist right now, imagine that you're the square. Actually, we'll just change color. So, you're the red square. Actually, the red one's YouTube. The black one is you. Right? And if I go like that, actually, like that. And actually, we're going to grab one more. Okay. I'll put it over here. And the thing that you got to know, using green, we'll put on this layer here. Okay, so this is you. This is YouTube. And this is the viewer. Alright? And so right now, The viewer has to go to YouTube to watch. Okay? And you have to go here to post content. Okay? This is why they have all the control. They are the gatekeeper of all the content on that, right? And the convenience of that is that you don't have to pay for hosting, you don't have to figure out the UI, you don't have to figure out ad revenue, you don't have, there's a lot of things that you don't have to figure out. The cost of that is that they own you. Okay? And that's something I have a problem with. Now, before YouTube ever existed, I was working on a website where people could post video files and all that stuff. And granted, it was in 2000, before a lot of this stuff evolved into what it's evolved to now. You know, I can see that we need something like it again. Now, there are websites like Rumble, which is a good competitor. They host the videos on there, blah, blah, blah. Essentially the same thing. Of course, it's newer, so it's not as mature as YouTube, which is a problem. Let me bring this up to see if there's any questions. Okay. And I'm the only person watching this right now. Anyway, so this is the conventional method right now. Now, sure, that works great and all. Until you start getting canceled. Okay. Which is a problem. So, you know, if you're gonna get canceled, that's where it's gonna be at. You could be canceled. Can't they own you? These guys right here. And that's just the reality of the situation. It's an unfortunate situation to be in. But, you know, they've made a lot of millionaires. There's a lot of really wealthy people. Look at PewDiePie. Alright, so it does work, but the algorithms make it more difficult. You know, YouTube is great. It's a great tool. It really is. But it's not the end-all be-all, and things are going to change. So what am I looking to do different with voice and media? Let me, actually, what I'll do is I'll put that on that. Then we'll start another one. Okay. So, we will grab gold here. Get out of here. So now, this is going to be you. Okay. There's going to be red. Voice and media. Correct, YouTube, excuse me. And then gold will be... Do I have gold? I've never used it this way, it's really unrealistic. We'll use yellow. It doesn't help that. Pull it together, dude. Like, what? What's going on here? Alright, you're the black one. We'll bring this one here. We'll bring this one here. Okay. We'll make this one green. This one red. Alright, this should make this pretty clear. Yeah, and just for the sake of being real cool, I'm going to grab this one here. And then we'll just drag this in. Okay. So now we got all these squares on the screen, and now we can move forward with explaining this next part, okay? And we'll switch to the black one's gonna be you. Alright, and now we need a... Alright, so the way that I want to do this is, I want you, this is you, YouTube, voice and media, viewer, okay? Now, voice and media, the way that I see social media changing, or at least this type of video content, okay? Content producers, not just social media, is that people are going to finally recognize that they need to diversify and they also need to be dependent on themselves, not put all their eggs in one basket, not in a corporate basket that really doesn't care about you. So, you know, even if you look at PewDiePie, right? I don't know what his viewership is at right now, but he probably has, we'll say he probably has 20 million by now, if not more. I have no idea. Maybe he has 100 million. PewDiePie goes away, that doesn't really affect YouTube. Somebody will just replace him. Okay, I think T-Series is higher now. I have no idea. Anyways, T-Series goes away. You know, that sucks for YouTube, but you know, they ultimately don't care because they know it will be replaced with somebody. We're all replaceable, but you want to treat yourself like you're not, right? Because we have, you know, feelings and all that good stuff. So that is what brings me back to what I was developing when I was a kid. Is I wanted this to be a network to make sure that you're protected as possible, and that's pretty much the my methodology behind everything that I've done over the years. So the conventional method is, you know, YouTube, then viewer. All right, and your videos are hosted here. Video hosted here. I probably should just type, huh? Yeah, how about we do that? Especially since I don't have a stylus, okay? So we'll do that. Google, yeah. Okay. Video posted here. Boom. Put it down at like 48 probably. Center. And we'll make it okay, that works. Okay, so this pretty much means that they own your content, alright? And what I want it to be is, you know, the goal is, this is going to be, we'll grab this here. Alright, network. I want this to be a network / platform. Okay. The videos are not hosted with videos. Ooh, that is videos not hosted. Here. Link. There we go. That's probably the best way to put that, actually. And if I go right to auto, it'll look more normal. Okay. I really chose the wrong colors for this, guys. There we go, black. Alright. So what I want is, I want you to be able to post your videos here, or post your videos on your channel, link it to my network page, and then users can see it, okay? That's going to be my business. My business is to get all the viewers I can, or all the content creators I can, link, set up a profile for them, and then allow them to share their video on there, and then it's a network, and I'm not responsible for storing videos. That way, if the servers go down or something like that, it's not so much on me, you know, and then other people can benefit from this. So now we become a network instead of becoming the actual producer of content, and then the visitors can see it, right? So, you know, this is essentially the way that it's working, right? Something like that. All right. The way that it needs to become is this has to exist right here. This is one of the most important things right here. We're gonna increase the size of this one just like this. This is it. Make it dark and blue. Okay. This is how you make your money. Right here. Being dependent on yourself. Now, I'm not saying to get rid of YouTube or anything like that, but I want you to consider it. Now, you could be doing this method right here. Let me change this to. This is okay. Okay, this is the conventional method right here. But I think that this will be the future. Cost-wise, it makes sense. The other thing too is if you're going to produce content, I mean, you might end up on here first, and then you're going to grow, or you're already producing content and you're concerned about what YouTube or Rumble or any of those companies may do, Facebook, if they can get rid of your content. Now, technically, a network could. I could be like, hey, you know, I don't like you anymore, I want to get rid of you, and that is totally fine. The difference between me deciding, hey, I don't want you on my platform anymore, and the difference between YouTube and with YouTube is YouTube deletes your stuff. It's all gone, right? It's all gone. All your videos uploaded on there are all gone. And then you lose the benefit of the traction created from that content, which hurts you in search engine optimization. Something that a lot of people don't really consider. That's the reason why when you're consistent in releasing videos, that it becomes your traffic grows as you've been around more, because of the way that the internet works. So, you know, if these people don't like you, they can kill they can kill this, right? They can be just like, nah, actually, that's probably the better way to do it. Nah, we don't want to support you anymore. We don't like how you're talking. And the problem with this, the concern about being on YouTube, is then you have to fit in their box, and you can't talk about certain things, which is absolutely preposterous. You know, and there's a couple things that go into that. One being, I'm an American, and I firmly believe that freedom of speech, maximum freedom of speech, is important, even if it's people that you don't like. You know, letting people feel comfortable in talking about whatever they want to talk about allows you to see what people are like, right? You get to see what your enemies are like and all that stuff. That's the reason why it really bothers me, you know, YouTube dropping RT, okay? I don't necessarily like RT, right? Russia Times is what I'm talking about. You know, ever since the war in Ukraine started and all that. And they got rid of all the opposing opinions. So is that really in good faith? Is that really what America's about? America's not about that. America's not about censoring to that degree. That's the reason why I want to go this way, okay? I want you to be able to put all your content on your own website and then be able to share it with platforms. So here, say for example, on your own website, you don't have to have ads. Instead of having ads, you have your merch on there. Or you have, you know, buy me a coffee or something like that. Then you can just, can you imagine removing the stress of not having to worry about this? They go away, yes, you lose it, but you get to keep all your current viewers because they know that you have this here, okay? This, and what is this? What is this? It's, well, you know, it's your own website to host your content. Not to the whims of random people. Okay, that's probably the best way to put that. I'll make this green. That was a bad idea. Make it blue. Okay. I'm pretty sure I misspelled. Oh yeah, I did. Sure. Susceptible. It's not a word that you spell very often. Alright, so you can kind of see what's going on here is we get to get rid of the middleman for the most part, which is important. And that's the goal of this website here. So this is my content from my Matt from America channel. I just recently changed the name of it. But yeah, you can see here. Yeah. 2 goals, essentially. First, create a way to give you a platform to share your content to the world. Second, a method to develop your own platform so that all your eggs are not in one basket. I've not edited a body copy of this in a while, so it probably needs proofing. Let's see real quick. Alright, we're good here. And I'm just gonna type that, hey, how's it going? Okay. Alright, so now that we've gone over this essentially, good. That's the goal of voice meeting. I haven't done any branding or anything like that. Yeah, it just takes time to get there. So the goal is for you to, we want you to generate money here. We still want you to generate money here. This is not really where you're going to generate money. It wants to send people to here. I want people to watch this network, but that's really not what voice and media is about, okay? And what I can probably do is go like this. Probably makes more sense like that. Videos. That's the problem with using these for videos and traffic. And then visitors. Right? I used to shrink that down a little bit. And that is the goal, my people. Alright. YouTube should only be a source, not a foundation. I think that's the best way. It should be a source of traffic. Oops. What is going on with my spelling today? I don't even know how I got that. Delete. Not a foundation. Not dependent like that. There we go. That's really how I feel about that. And if more people probably thought about things that way, it would probably behoove them tremendously. That way, you know. Let's Alex Jones, right? So Alex Jones actually, and I know, I'm pretty sure people are hearing his name right now and just like losing their mind. Oh, Alex Jones! Why are you talking about him? A very important thing. So I do know that he just recently filed bankruptcy, and that could be for a multitude of reasons. I don't know what that specifically is about, but his business did exist after leaving YouTube, and I suspect that there's other YouTubers that have left as well, and I'm losing their names, but Alex Jones is going to be the one I'm going to talk about at the moment. He had Infowars.com, where he was hosting his videos on there, and then he also had all his merch and his affiliates, and then also he had sponsors, and he was selling all sorts of stuff. That is the situation you want to be in, because he owns the website, he owns the content, it's all hosted there, and then it gets dispersed. So say for example, you got your website here. This is your website. You want to send your content out. You don't want to lose this, because if this closes and this is all you're using, that's it. And I'm sure most of you guys are getting this. I'm sure you're all smart enough to understand that. You don't want to depend on a third party for your money as much as possible. You want it to be mostly you. That's really about building business altogether. Like when it comes to manufacturing, in the United States, you see how we're hurting now, because in the 70s, 80s, 90s, we sent all of our manufacturing out of the country, and now here we are, we have these tariffs going on, and then with the Rona and all that whole debacle has caused its own issues in our country, in the United States, and then in China has created its own tremendous problems as well. And now we're seeing there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, but we're seeing that we're in tumultuous times, and we can't depend on that country. And now we have businesses who have depended upon them, and you see this in the automotive manufacturing industry. Like with choose any manufacturer right now that's depending on China to get parts made, they're all struggling right now. That's the reason why you see companies like, choose to manufacture. Anybody who's manufacturing a vehicle or a product or whatever, maybe they're missing parts or whatever, and you're seeing that on the news. That's just a sign of, depending on things so far out of your control that, what do you do? What do you do? You're building this stuff, you're building a vehicle, and you go to war with a country, or the country that produces a lot of the parts for your vehicles goes to war with the country, and now you can't get it anymore, and now you're out of business. And we're seeing that problem with a lot of companies, even EV startups and all that. So be as dependent on yourself as possible, because everybody else will fuck you. That's the reality of the situation. How can you be? Does that mean manufacturing your own parts? Does that mean finding a local manufacturer in the state or country that you're in, or the territory, or whatever word you use? Barangay. Go local. Try and find somebody to produce your product. And the thing is like, if it's made ethically, and don't worry about the cost so much. If you have a really good product, people will pay the price. The reason why we're in the situation we're in is because people are trying to race to zero, and what that means is that people are trying to be as cheap as possible. Which, hey, we all appreciate it. We want to buy things as cheaply as possible, but now we see the results of tumultuous times. That means being without stuff, and now we're going to see the problem. I mean, you're about to see the problem with food as well, with food processing companies going out of business. Do you know 60% of the pork in the United States is owned by China? Just recently, I want to say about 3 weeks ago now, the largest single pork producer, I think, in the country, responsible for 20% of the pork, shut down in California. So they have all these pigs. Now there's speculation. Recently, China had a disease go through all their pork, and they had to kill them all. So the speculation is that these Chinese companies shut down all these pork producing plants here in the United States. Their plan is to liquidate, buy that pork, ship it off to get processed, and send it to China so that they're taken care of. But what does that do for us here in the States? Obviously, it hurts our access to pork, right? Now, who knows what percentage... Now, that does sound scary, and there's one thing I do want to point out, and something important to consider, is to how much pork, in this case, alright, not all, I can't eat pork, you maybe don't eat pork, whatever. What percentage is consumed by the United States, and is that going to affect us here locally? Anyways, that's a whole other video, but you can see how that becomes a concern for you. And essentially that's the same thing that's going on between here and here, is this company doesn't care about you, and here you can't, there's no freedom there, no freedom in YouTube. Okay. Now, Matt, you are streaming on YouTube, so why are you attacking them? Not really attacking them, it's more of a critique. Okay. Like this. And this is your visitor, obviously. I'll just put this over here. Your face. Face. Okay. This is the goal here. Right here. We'll call this most effective way. No middleman. No middleman. Boom. Go. You know what? We're gonna even put a stroke around that because that's a good idea. Funding options. Stroke white. Oh, 5. Okay, and we'll do hairstyle. Paste. All right. So that's a little bit easier to read. All right. Yeah. Let's see if there's any messages. That looks crazy on there. So this is the goal of voice and media right here. I want to be a network, but I also I think something that's important to do is our goal is to build your platform and share it / link to it. There we go. It's so beautiful, guys. I'm so proud of my work here. Okay. That is the plan of voice and media. Yes, I want to edit this right here. I'm sure that at some point I'll take this and be like, oh yeah, I need this for marketing to explain everything. There we go. Okay. So that's the point of this website. Now let's get to the website. And since we're here, I can show you this, and we will edit the page so I can show you the differences. Alright, so this is Gutenberg. This is the native WordPress editor now. You can still do classic and do code, but I've never used the WordPress specific code to build a website, so I don't know it personally. But to my understanding, you can switch this over to be a classic view and go from there. As you can see here, here's the blocks that lay out the page. You can make each block your own. Each block comes with its own set of controls for changing things like color, width, alignment. These will show and hide automatically when you have a block selected. Get to know the block library. This is one of the really cool things. I'll read the subtext real quick. All of the blocks available to you live in the block library. You'll find it wherever you see the plus icon. Okay. Yeah, we'll go through that in a minute. And then, learn how to use it. Here's a detailed guide. Check that out. Second, and then maybe I'll post it in the comment section below. Sure. Anyway, so there's this. All right, we have over here details of the page, template. Forget what AIO, SEO. Oh yeah, it's this. Yeah. Okay. So we have things to fix here: permalink, featured image. Not really so important on a regular page. It depends on how you're doing your navigation. So it could make sense. It could also not make sense for you. Discussion. It'll put a comment section below it. I usually leave that disabled. It really depends on the page that you're dealing with. Parent page. I really don't use this too often, but it allows you to nest the page in something so you can inherit designs and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. Alright, and then the next thing here is page. This is page attributes. Alright, and in it we have the slider. This specific theme requires you to use a third party for the slider, which is alright. And here we have the generic page settings. Okay, page settings. So we have full width, and you can see that here. Right, normally it's about the constraints on this theme. Constraints. Usually you can't see my hands. All right, so if you look at the first column and third column, typically all three columns are combined and they end in the middle of the first and third columns that you see there. So here is where it usually starts, here is usually where it ends, but because we set it to go full width, we have it spanning across the whole page. Header. I think it's showing, so I'm still learning this. I'm not exactly sure what the header is supposed to be showing. I think it's this here. And then, okay, scroll up, yeah. Header bottom margin, display the margin below the, okay. That's the space, really what that is. Page title. A lot of times I end up hiding this because it's really irrelevant, or there's, you know, it's really self-explanatory, so just disable it. But beneficial, it's good. Yeah. So one thing that you really got to consider that really has gone by the wayside is its accessibility. I forget what 508 compliance. Yeah. Okay. If you're building, this is something that a lot of people don't actually know. If you do, be inclusive. It's fucking trash. Alright. If you go here to this website, right? And you put your website on there. This will help you with your SEO. And then people with disabilities will also be able to visit your website. A lot of people don't take the time to do that. I've been guilty of it in the past. It really depended on the client because it does take extra time. And it depends whether or not they want to spend the money to do it. Footer widgets. With WordPress, you get these like, you have plugins. And in these widgets, they display in different places throughout the website. So like this welcome paragraph could be a widget, right? And I could set it to say, all right, I want all the pages with widget number 1 to display this information here. That way it maintains continuity through the whole website. So that's a major important thing to know about WordPress. Very convenient too. I used to when I was hand coding everything, you have to develop that with like PHP or whatever. Yeah. And I'm not going to go down that path because that's a whole different conversation. Let's see what else. Okay, so now you've seen what this editor looks like. You select this. Actually, here's a good way. And then you can move it around with these dots. You can move the hierarchy around. You can change the justification. You know, left, center, right. You can also, if you get into the code, you can hit justify. And I don't remember. I think if I hit page, it will let me get to that menu. You can see here on the right where we can change the text color, the background color, text size, all that fun stuff. Now, something to consider about that is it seems like a good idea to edit that. And for the lay folk, that would be an acceptable way to edit the website, but it's not. But to get yourself going, make it look pretty how you want there, because you probably don't know CSS. You probably don't know how to add the code in here, and that's okay. And you can, HTML linkers. Hold the conversation. Alright, so let's bring up Arrogant Industries. We already got the page up. Okay, so this is the back end, but this is using WP Bakery, which is one of the oldest WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get editor. And I've been pretty happy with this one. My clients, they've been really happy with it. I like that you can hide a whole bunch of blocks. Like, I mean, you can see all this here, right? All this grayed out stuff is hidden. Come to the front page, it's not there. So that's something important to consider. Like, yeah, I had other plans for this, but for this video, but things obviously changed a bit. So we do have another website that we will be working on, and I will share it here right now. I don't even know what I've done. I took this picture flying out to Florida. So you can see I'm just kind of messing with it, getting it together. I copied the CSS from this to the other one. I don't know. This one is using a totally different theme. Actually, it's the same theme here. So this is the same foundation. These two use the same foundation. As you can see, it's pretty similar. And I'll show you another website real quick that's using the same theme but looks totally different. So this is the same thing. This is one page express, one page express, one page express. Okay. And you can see how it just looks totally different. There's also another one. What's that? Loaded. Spell. .org. These are the nonprofits on the bottom here. You can go here and just click to their website. This one's probably going away. It's going to be sold. You can see this one looks totally different. Same theme. Got my old car on here too. I bet it shows up in a second. Let's see. There it is. Oh baby, I miss it. I saw it yesterday, driving down the road with this new one. Anyways, this here is all WordPress, and it's all the same theme. And this is the reason why code is important to know, so that you can make things totally different than what it is. And to give you an idea of what code looks like, let's see. We'll just inspect this page here. Editing. A lot of this is auto-generated, but the code that you'd be changing is this stuff here at this bottom. It's not going to look like this. That's really advanced, so we're not going to just put that with this. If you have any questions about that, and you're at that point, hit me up. I'll give you my input on it. Let you know. So yeah, I think what we'll do real quick, is we'll do a 3-column paragraph. Shoot. Actually, we'll do images, and then we'll go to. And the problem is I don't use this enough to forget where I do it at. Is it right here? I think, if I recall. Yeah, I think actually I need to. So what we'll do, there we go. Okay, so now we have our columns. This just recently also had a really big update on it. So there's some new stuff that I haven't seen yet, like you can now change vertical alignment. That did not used to be there, which is really cool. So over here we have our width. We'll do pixels. What's going on here? 3 columns, stack on mobile, which leave that on. Okay, and then we'll do a background of purple because we're gonna put Arrogant Industries on there. Paragraph. And then we'll do Arrogant Industries. Actually, can I do a header? Can I do it? I forget where I do it at. There is a way. Oh, there we go, heading. And then you can choose it right there. Okay. And then we will go to. This will be what we wrap up on. So yeah, put an image here. We'll upload, and we'll grab final. And what we can do, align center. Oh shoot. We'll actually do full width, and then we'll go to here. They won't have to wait. Okay, so now we'll just grab this stuff. Go. Paragraph. Boom. H1. We will change this to H3. Actually, grab all this. Oh no. Oh, that is amazing. So here's something that I did not know that it would do. I did not know that it would actually auto break it up. That is awesome. Okay, so we have this on here. We'll just update it, take a gander at it. I'm not really sending anybody to this website yet, so what we should see when I scroll down. Full width, we should see my flyer on there, and yeah. No, it's not there. What's going on? Upload. Open. I probably should have waited for it to load. What? Let's see if it made it into our media library. We'll have to try a different. Oh, see, it did actually work there. Alright, so that was an issue with Gutenberg. Alright, so now we'll update this. Boom. Refresh. One thing to keep in mind. Oh, see, there it is right there. Okay, and then let me show you some other stuff real quick before I end this. So we have this. We can change the background. We can make it gold. And we're going to make this text here white. I really like how fast Gutenberg is. It's boom. There we go. So you can see how easy it is to start getting stuff to come together real fast. If you have any questions, get at me in the comment section. You can also find me on Discord now. And if you're not familiar with Discord, this is what it looks like. And where is, there we go, Area Industries. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Boom. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I have a meeting I have to go to right now, so I have to stop this. But I appreciate it tons. Like I said, any questions, hit me up. You can hit me on Instagram, Arrogant Industries USA, Facebook, Arrogant Industries, website, arrogantindustries.com, and then, yeah, YouTube, obviously, Arrogant Industries. On any of those, and then Discord, this specific domain, I don't know what it is. It's on the page, you'll be able to find it there. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one on Monday. Alrighty, later.